Vibrant, optimal health is possible for everybody, from the cradle to old age. Our natural state is to experience life fully, without pain and disease. With Atlas Orthogonal Chiropractic, we want you to gain a new perspective on how your body works and how to stay healthy without medication or surgery.
Many years ago, chiropractors discovered that adjustments of the Atlas had a healing effect on certain physical conditions. The Atlas, located at the very top of the spine, is the connection point between the head and the rest of your body. The position of the Atlas can affect your posture, as well as the alignment of the entire spine and pelvis. When the Atlas becomes subluxated or out of alignment, your body compensates by shifting the angle of the spine and pelvis in relation to your head. This skeletal shift is maintained in order to allow body balance, or what is often referred to as the body's center of gravity. The resulting stress and distortion of the spine may apply pressure on nerves that cause severe pain, organ dysfunction, loss of mobility, or even a reduction on the body's natural resistance to illness. The modern-day science of Atlas adjusting was first discovered and experimented with by Dr. B.J. Palmer in the early 1900s. Dr. Palmer's father is credited with being the founder of chiropractic. His research was then expanded and refined by Dr. John F. Grostic. Chiropractic Atlas orthogonality came into its own through the efforts and work of this man, Dr. Roy Sweat, having studied under both Dr. Palmer and Dr. Grostic. Dr. Sweat was tremendously impressed with results gained through Atlas adjustment. He decided to devote his professional career toward the refinement, continued research, education, and development of Atlas adjustment procedures. It was mainly his effort that has made chiropractic Atlas orthogonality the science it is today.
Rock, I would like to show you your x-rays. This is a sagittal or lateral view. This is a frontal or nasum view. And this is a horizontal view or the vertex view. The Atlas, instead of being level, is tilted. So we're going to take our instrument, put it over the Atlas, bring the Atlas back down to level. When the Atlas is level, the cephalic line of the skull is vertical and the cervical spine is vertical. This is what we call the head, the Atlas, and the cervical spine in an orthogonal position. This is our scanning palpation chart. This chart shows the head and the Atlas and the cervical spine. The head should sit vertical on the Atlas should sit level, and the cervical spine should be vertical to be in an orthogonal position. Your x-rays show that the Atlas has displaced and subluxated and has moved out of position. This stylus is a stylus that's similar to the one we use on the adjusting instrument. It is placed over the transverse process or tip of the Atlas, and then the percussion force is applied here to bring the Atlas back down to a level position.
Dr. Sweat, who also has a genius for invention, designed the percussion adjusting device known as the Atlas Orthogonal Percussion Instrument. This instrument is used by chiropractors worldwide who have received extensive specialized training in its program and operation. This high-tech instrument eliminates guesswork in calculating the proper angle of adjustment to be applied to the Atlas. The Atlas Orthogonal Percussion Instrument delivers a mechanical impulse to a metal stylus by means of a pressure-controlled actuator. The strength of the impulse is determined by the degree of compression applied to the device controlling the actuator back pressure. This impulse is transmitted to a stylus, exciting a compressional wave in the stylus material. The stylus, which is interfaced with the patient, then applies a portion of the wave to the Atlas in order to accomplish the appropriate adjustment. The instrument allows the doctor to adjust the Atlas angle with a very high degree of precision while applying minimal physical pressure. This unique feature eliminates most patient discomfort during treatment.
This is the Atlas percussion adjusting instrument. Top of the head's to the right. The stylus is over the Atlas. Here's the adjustment. Now I would like to examine the C1 and C2 nerves and the cervical spine. We're going to examine C1 and C2 nerves and the cervical spine. And they're not as sensitive as they were, are they? Now I'd like you to lie on your back. I want to measure the legs and see if the legs came down level or close to level. And bring these to the center. And they both look like the legs came level for us. So it looks like the adjustment did exactly what we wanted it to do.
This is a before and after picture of the patient's leg check. When one shoulder is higher than the other, one hip is higher than the other, then there will be a discrepancy between the length of the legs. The center of gravity is shifted off. So one leg, before treatment, one leg will be shorter than the other. After treatment, we look for the legs to balance. On this particular case, the patient's right leg is an inch short. Immediately after the adjustment, the patient's legs are balanced.
Dr. Sweat is also responsible for the development of a chiropractic X-ray system used by the Atlas orthogonal doctor. X-rays are taken before and after your initial adjustment. These allow your doctor to confirm the correct Atlas adjustment has been accomplished.
This case here is a young child, 4 years old, and here shows that the curve in his cervical spine or neck is reversed. The Atlas is jammed up against the occiput here, which is an abnormal condition, and in 4 weeks after treatment, the curve had returned back to a normal curve, and the Atlas is not jammed up against the base of the skull anymore. This is an X-ray of an adult where the curve is reversed to the rear, or what we term a kyphosis, with the Atlas jammed up against the occiput. And in 2 months treatment, the curve has turned back around to a normal curve, and the Atlas is not jammed up against the occiput anymore. This is an adult female in which the curve was reversed, and immediately after the adjustment, the curve returned back to a normal curve, and then in 6 months later, here the curve is still corrected and maintained itself in its corrected position. These are MRIs of the cervical spine. The patient had what we call a sequestered disc, or an extruded disc, in which the disc material moves out from the annulus of the rupture and even moves up the spinal canal here. And these discs were previously said they all had to be removed surgically. And here is the post-MRI, and all of the extruded disc material has been reabsorbed, and the discs are normal after the treatment with the Atlas orthogonal percussion instrument. This is a patient with severe sciatic condition that had existed over a year and a half. He has 2 large disc herniations at L4, L5, 5S1. They recommended surgery to remove the disc and laminectomies on him at both of these areas. He came into our clinic for treatment, and in 90 days' time, all the pain had left the leg, and we sent him down for post-MRIs. And here, the post-MRIs, the discs have been completely reabsorbed, and the report was no herniations at this time. They list these hernias as small, medium, and large, and these both were listed as large herniations. The length of time it takes to correct these abnormal conditions depends on how long they have existed and their severity. Regular care helps safeguard previous treatment and prevents future problems. Walter,
This is a model of your spine. Our x-rays show us your atlas is misaligned to the right. We're going to lay you on your side and bring our adjusting instrument in and correct the misalignment like so. This is a percussion adjusting instrument. There's a solenoid inside of here that comes down and hits the stylus like a hammer. This sets up a compressional energy wave and travels through the stylus without a forward excursion. Then 6 pounds come out the tip of the stylus. Put your finger here and feel this. That's all there is to it. Now, Walter, I'd like you with your right side up. Okay, now let's sit up again. That's all there is to it. That's as rough as it gets, Walter.
There are many health problems which may be a direct result or secondary product of a misaligned atlas. If you are suffering any of these symptoms, Atlas orthogonal adjusting treatments may help you.